Hello. We are going on a cruise for 3 hours to see the United States, SS United States. They are decommissioning the ship and they're going to sink it to make an artificial reef. Reef. So we're gonna go see it. We saw it the other day, just when we were driving, and it looked bad. So, unfortunately, but everything has its time, I guess. So, we will take you along with us on the cruise. Not a dinner cruise. It's just a cruise. I don't even know if it's 3 hours. How long is it?
1 hour.
Number two, the most important thing I could tell you, in case there was an emergency, you do need to know where your life jackets are stowed. So please take a brief moment, look under your seat, make sure yours is there and secured for me, and the life jackets on board if there was such an emergency. You're probably saying, hey John, how will we know if there's an emergency? The best thing I can do is tell you, if you happen to see Captain Ashley jump ship and start swimming toward shore, that's a good indication we have an emergency. All right, we have our first ship. Anybody interested in seeing a ship or two today? Yeah. All right, well this one right here, even though it looks like it just came out of a scrapyard, this is a brand new vessel that's built right across the river here at Austell. And if you're not familiar with Austell, it is an Australian shipbuilding company that set up shop here in Mobile back in the early 2000s. And this ship is an expeditionary rapid transport ship designed to get supplies and troops and materials to those ports serviced by shallow water access. And as you can see, it is a catamaran style hull, meaning that you can just drive a boat right at the center of it. That ship is supposed to be going out into service any day now, and that's why it's moved over here in front of the cruise terminal. This is where the I-10 Mobile River Bridge will be constructed. As you can see, they're doing the test pylons now. Once those test pylons are finished, we should start seeing some construction at the beginning of next year. That's what
They have a person here who was on the SS United States.
Movies, which we have digitized, and they're playing on the television downstairs, so you can see the SS United States in all her glory. If you go down and watch that and see what Pam's got. And you say over here we got someone else that's traveled on it?
Both of these two were on.
Oh, really? What year?
65.
60.
We were babies.
How old were you then?
I was about 4 and she was about 2.
My father was in the Air Force and I was born in England.
Oh, okay. So do you remember anything about your journey on that ship?
I remember getting seasick.
Oh, okay. Most everybody I talked to that's been on there says that there was at least one day when they were all seasick there. That's okay, but these other folks here, we'd love to talk to you a little bit more about that, but they really want to go outside and see that ship. So let's let them go on outside right now. Go outside, get some photos. I want you to take.
Wow. Wow. I mean, they've taken off everything. Look at the anchor ports.
All right, there she is, the SS United States. Look at there. How can we tell? You can see it on the bow. Look at those letters. Each one of those letters are 3 feet tall, just to give you a sense of scale of this ship here. The United States, her nickname was the Big U, and at 990 feet in length, she is 100 feet longer than the Titanic was. And she made her maiden voyage on July 3rd, 1952, and on that voyage, she beat the transatlantic speed record that had previously been set by the Queen Mary back in 1938. This ship traveled across the Atlantic from New York to Southampton in 3 days, 10 hours, and 40 minutes. And to this day, no other ship has beat that record. So, ladies and gentlemen, therefore, you are looking at the fastest ocean liner on record. You're also looking at the last American-made ocean liner that is still afloat. But not for long. The county of Okaloosa, Florida owns this ship. They paid $1 million for it, and they've allocated another $10 million for the work that's being done here in Mobile. And their plans are to sink her as the world's largest artificial reef. And so while she's here, they are removing all hazardous materials, and that would include any oil or fuel that remains on board, as well as any asbestos or PCBs that they find. Any electrical wiring has to come out, and all the glass comes off the ship as well too, in addition to the ship's rails. As you can see, they've already removed the 2 funnels that were on board this ship. Those 2 funnels were the largest funnels ever placed on an ocean liner. They were 65 feet tall, they were about 60 feet in length, and they were designed in the shape of a teardrop. And if you're interested in seeing what the ship looked like with the funnels on, just visit with Pam downstairs. She's taken some photos of this ship sitting right here in Mobile with the funnels on it, and she has some photos as they were removing the funnels about a month ago.
They're taking all the windows out. Oh, there's part of the railing. It's already been removed. I bet you that whole side has been removed.
But William
The other
Francis
side.
Gibbs, he also studied naval disasters, and he always envisioned himself designing a ship that would withstand any type of naval disaster. And prior to this ship being designed, he was studying a disaster in which the ship had caught fire and many lives were lost. So he decided that this ship would be a fireproof ship. And he ordered no wood on board this ship. It's constructed entirely of metals. He even ordered all of the furnishings to be made of metals. And he took it to the extreme of all the bedspreads were to be made of spun glass.
Yeah.
He ordered an aluminum piano for this ship. And when George Steinway heard this, he was not happy, so he called for a meeting with Gibbs. And in that meeting, he brought in a mahogany grand piano in which he doused in gasoline and lit on fire. And as quickly as the flames spread across that piano, they extinguished themselves due to the treatment that had been put on the piano. So because of that meeting, that piano and the butcher block in the kitchen were the only 2 wooden objects allowed on board.
Wow, that's crazy.
This ship could hold 2,000 passengers. It had a crew of just a little over 1,000, but in times of war it could be converted over to a troop transport in which it could hold 14,000 troops. And they could convert this ship over in 48 hours. And there were 3 types of tickets you could purchase. You could be first class or second class, which was considered cabin class, or you could ride tourist class. Tourist class was the cheapest ticket, and you would ride in the front of the ship, or the roughest part of the ride. First class rode in the middle portion of the ship, and cabin class on the rear. This is a ship of many firsts. I want you to look at the upper decks there. The ship was made, the hull was made of steel, but if you look on the upper decks, you're not going to see as much rust up there because they used aluminum panels to cover the steel frame. This was the first time that an ocean liner used aluminum panels on the upper decks, and that made the ship lighter and faster. This is also the very first ocean liner to be completely air conditioned.
Even
It was
outside.
also the very first ocean
Even
liner
outside.
to feature dimmer switches inside. And it was the very first ocean liner to feature a microwave oven on board. In fact, it had 2 microwave ovens. But back in the early 1950s, microwave technology was the future, so they advertised that all your meals would be prepared on their radar range. Got some photographs from her journey, some newspapers. We even have a place setting from the dining room.
You're Pam?
Oh, but if you look at
Congratulations.
the menus here, there's several different menus, and there's always a different menu for every night of the week that you're on board. The menu that I looked at actually is advertising roasted kangaroo tail. And I'm sure the portions were generous too. But don't worry, if you couldn't eat it all, I'm sure they had a pouch you could take it home with.
Somebody spilled some stuff and they just looked smoky.
This is the actual dishes
Several menus.
from the ship.
There's a swimming pool down at the bottom.
This is downstairs.
The menu.
I think so. Probably not. Probably got a video of it. This is looking out the back of the Perdido. I'm wondering if it's actually propelling the ship. All right. Well, we just finished our tour. Very informative. It was very good.
And the video is going to be long, so
Well, you'll probably cut out a lot of it.
not a lot, but you know, especially information in the stories that he told are very interesting.
There's a lot of other ships. Sorry, but this was my passion for a long time. I mean, I've been following this ship for, I think we figured over 20 years. And I was wrong. It was not a battleship hull, which I learned on the tour. It was built for transport of troops and passenger liner. So it had a dual purpose when it was being built. And it was all metal. I thought that was very interesting.
That was an interesting story.
The only metal in it was a cutting board in the
Only
pantry.
wood.
Yeah, only wood. It was a cutting board in the kitchen and a,
Yeah.
what kind of piano was it?
I think it was a Steinway.
Steinway piano, where the builder of the Steinway piano threw fire on the piano to prove to the guy building it that it would not catch fire, and it didn't. So, interesting. But the whole thing was very interesting. So, we're about to head out. Probably get something to eat. We're hungry. All right. Well, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. This is going to be an informative video. So, take care.